Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today, we are going to be doing a video about the brand new Greenville update. Let's get into it. So, there's a new update, obviously, so I'm going to review all of the brand new cars. So, first up, the Century Glider. I don't know what this is in real life, but it's 3.0 300 model, 4.0 400 model, and that's all the models for it. And next up is a remade Velfire Pioneer, or Toyota Supra, Mark IV, not Mark V. There's the base trim. It's pretty much the same model, but just different. It's basically just the turbo. It's basically just the base trim and the turbo. The only difference between the previous one and the remodeled one is a brand new secondary wing. Okay, moving on. This is a Century Paramount. And this one I was pretty excited about and I actually bought one, but then I realized that it's not convertible, so I sold it. And I thought this one, the Carter, was a convertible when it was actually just a regular sedan. Same thing for the limo model. Yes, a limo. And next up we have the second generation Century Glider, both 3.0 300, 4.0 400, and that's it. Next up, I'm just speeding through this, is the 2002 Navara Horizon GTR Series 2. I've never seen a developer who can't use the actual names actually use GTR for the Nissan GTR. And I do know what this is. This is an R34 Nissan GTR Spec 3 or it's either Spec 3 or Spec 2. And anyway, we have standard, V-Spec N1, Navara, the Navamo S-Tune or Nismo S-Tune, the V-Spec Greenville, and that's it. Moving on, this is probably one of my favorite cars of the brand new update. It's the Ferdinand Roadster, or the Porsche Boxster. And we have the 2.7 base model, the 3.2S, and this one I'm probably gonna buy. Actually, we're gonna buy it on camera, so we're gonna buy it in white. We purchased it. Okay, moving on is the brand new 2005 Falcon Advance Plus, or 250 or 250 and 350, F250 or F350. We have the beater. Next up is I don't know why, but the past few updates, there's always been a Prius. 2 updates ago, there was a new Prius. 4 updates ago, there was a Prius, the new Prius. And the one from 2 updates ago was the 2010 Prius. And they're all the same trims, except for the rims. Okay, moving on, the Velfire Puma, or the Toyota Camry. We have the CE Hybrid, LE6 V6, LXD V6, and that's it. Next, moving on, we're getting close to that limited vehicle, is the 2008 Grand Horizon. or the G38X, I think. Anyway, moving on, we have the Smart 4.2. This one's actually really funny because if you get it in red and as this one, so I'm obviously buying it. It's actually like one of those recreated models of like those like little things that you like ride your kids around in the grocery store. Anyway, moving on, another Prius, 2009 Prius. Just the rims were updated. Moving on, ooh, this one's actually pretty nice. Yeah, I'm buying this one. Alpine White beater. It's essentially like, okay. Anyway, this is an M3. This is a 3 Series from 2011, and also the M3, and also the M3 GTS, which is one of the few limited vehicles. And this one's actually really nice because I think one or two of them is a Denali, and they finally added it. I'm not reading out all the trims, and they finally right now increased. Anyway, they finally remade it with a different trim, with all new trims, a better Chevy logo, which is the yellow instead of it being painted silver. And we also have the dualies. And I don't know why, but this one is a little sus. And we have both the Piranha Appraise and Piranha Appraise LWB. And we also have another Smart 4.2. This time it doesn't have that one trim that I liked, but still I like the electric drive, but I can't like afford any of the cars now because I'm only at $3,000. And there's also another car, which is the other limited I mentioned earlier, the Smart 4.2 Milk Jug. And I've actually owned one I actually owned one just a few minutes ago, and then I sold it so that way I can buy some other cars. But this one is it actually like accelerates pretty fast. It's like one of the fastest vehicles. It's like one of the like quickest vehicles I've ever seen in Greenville, besides the Tesla Model, except for the Tesla Model S Plaid, Model X Plaid, and Tesla Roadster. Extra. Okay, moving on, we have the finally remade Hyundai Genesis as a 3.8 base, R-Spec, and an Ultimate model. That's actually pretty nice. But the Ultimate has a sunroof and the rear wing from the R-Spec. Next up is probably one of my favorite cars too, beside the Boxster, the 2017 Fiat 124 Spider. We have the Classica, the Lusso, and the Abarth. I owned the Abarth for quite a bit, but then I sold it because it literally just felt like a Miata. It literally felt like the Miata from the previous update. Next up is finally a remodeled Traverse. Yep, that's right. A Chevy Traverse. They remodeled it. They added the brand new Velfire Florence or Toyota. I forgot what it's called, but I'll just look it up later. Next up is both the BMW M4 both the BMW 4 Series Spider convertible and the M4 Spider. And they also added finally the new Highlander. The XSE looks the best out of all of them in my opinion. But leave your opinion in the comments below. Anyway, moving on. I don't know what this is, but yeah, it's an Audi. And also the Sportback version. Probably one of my favorite cars in this update that's not a convertible. The Toyota Corolla hatchback, because of the the Nightshade model, and also this model, which is probably one that is going to be featured. Like, I'm probably gonna sell one of my cars, so I get like $26,000. So I can buy this and make a video about it. More on that later. And we also got a brand new remodeled Toyota Corolla sedan, because the previous one wasn't that good. I didn't like it, in my opinion. And also the 2023 Traverse. And there's also a couple, and these are the last new cars before we get into new locations, and also some like general changes to things. Anyway, the brand new Ford Raptor R. And in case if you're wondering, yes, the Ford Raptor, the original Ford Raptor 2017 is still in the game. This is the Ford Raptor R. Probably one of the cheap, probably like one of the nicer ones. Anyway, the Leland Vault. Now this, I have stored it. I don't have anything about this, but they made an upper model one. Yeah, the Leland Vault V, or the Cadillac Escalade and Cadillac Escalade V. Moving on, we have the all new Lucid Air Sapphire. They finally added the Sapphire, which is actually pretty nice in my opinion. Moving on, we have this, and they also added an upmarket version because they finally brought back Maybach, and the last Maybach vehicle was that one where like people made memes about. You know, like the one where it bounce up and down. You get the idea. There's also a brand new, another Toyota, another new Toyota Corolla. This time it's the GR. This time it's the Toyota Corolla GR edition hatchback. They have the Core Edition. I'm just going to put it in white. They have the Core Edition, the second edition, which I owned for a bit, and also the Morzio Edition. It's pretty nice in my opinion. Moving on, we have a new RAV4, like all new RAV4, including the Woodland Edition. Yes, they actually added the Woodland Edition. And finally, the Western Cobalt. Forget about that. So anyway, let's get into some map changes. Oh, and also we're gonna do a sound test on the 3 cars I bought. So let's start it with the first. This is specifically the anniversary model. It almost sounded like a diesel car. Like, for an example, the old Volkswagen Jetta, like the base model, without the gas. That would be a problem. Okay, moving on. We have that smart car I mentioned earlier. Now we'll do a sound test on that. Surprisingly, that actually sounded better than and this one might sound really bad, but I'll still let you guys. Okay, that actually I'm actually surprised that I was actually able to do some flames. I didn't even know that I was able to do flames, but it actually is, apparently. So also, if you also want a wannabe M3 GTR, if you want like a wannabe version of it, then get the beater version of the stock one. Or like the 328i, I think. I think it's called that in real life. Anyway, let's discover new locations. So apparently, there's like a little new Easter egg at the Cenex, like the famous one, the famous Cenex, which also has Leo's Diner, and it's all the way where the Tesla superchargers are, and they're actually not superchargers anymore, but V charging, yay! And the hype has dumped down. So they actually added a new Cenex, and you might be like, what are these two things behind me? Well, besides the signs, that's actually something I'll go more in depth into, like later in this video. Anyway, apparently it says that they added a brand new Cenex, so we'll see if there's actually a new Cenex. There actually is a Cenex. Yay! But there's only one question. Is there actually EV charging stations here? There isn't. Okay, that's actually really interesting. And we also need to swap cars. So let's hop into our Smart 42. Okay, here's our Smart 42. Start her up. And let's go to our next location. So apparently they finally apparently added the saloon. That was in the updates channel 2 years ago for Greenville. 2 years ago. When they were drafted. I also want to mention that there isn't any interiors. They just added it for fun, I guess. But next up, they added like a barn of some sort. If any of you guys know what this is, leave comments down below, because I'm really interested into hearing what you have for me. But I'm guessing it's a barn. Anyway, moving on. Oh, and also they also added new railroads. I didn't even mean to turn on the horn. Oh, it's a junkyard. Guys, it's a junkyard. That's so cool. It's actually super funny that I actually brought the beater with us. It's actually so funny. Oh, and also, there's still Tesla superchargers at McDonald's. But the thing is, they just added lighting to it, and that's it. Anyway, we'll just head back to. So this skybox should just look normal, but in a few minutes it should look different. But it's actually like sunrise, as you can tell. It's 6. All the lights just went out, and some stars are still out, but that should be fixed in a few minutes. It should be fixed in a few minutes. But yes, I also wanted to talk to you about something. They actually added adaptive cruise control. They also added launch control to certain vehicles. I don't know what vehicles, but they also added 300 different styles of plates. Even if it's a New Jersey license plate, or even if it's a metaverse one which Roblox uses. Oh, now the skybox looks different because, well, they actually added a brand new skybox, and for only Xbox and PC users, they added a brand new gauge cluster, which actually lets you see. And they also added if you guys use like automatic emergency braking. You know how it's only available in the front? Well, certain vehicles in real life actually have the one for the rear. Well, now they have it for the rear in Greenville for those certain cars, including BMW, but the newer ones, not the one from like 2016 and older. The ones from 2017 and newer have automatic emergency braking for the front, and the ones from 2021 to now have automatic emergency braking. If this video comes out by the time I'm recording this, October 1st, which is when this update came out, and on that note, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.